Hey, what's going on, Michelle and Kiki? This is Jared. So I just wanted to shoot this video for you to kind of give you some training on how you can go in and edit your website, make some changes. So let's say you want to change some of these pictures, change the text, add some new blog posts. Well, the nice thing is you can do that very easily. I have your whole website set up with WordPress, which is awesome. I love WordPress. You can create some really cool websites with it. And one of the big perks about WordPress is that it's very easy for you to go in and make changes. So I'm just going to walk you through, show you everything you need to know. Super easy, and we're just going to cut through the fluff and just get to the good stuff, okay? So first thing they need to do is you need to go over to your WordPress dashboard. So your WordPress dashboard is where all the magic happens, okay? Now, how do you get there? Well, you can log in by going to yourwebsite.com/WP-admin, okay? So as you can see, I got it right up here, travelbykiki.com/WP-admin, just like that, okay? And I'll also make sure to send you the document that's got all this stuff in there, so that way you can keep the save someplace. All right, so right now we're at the address. Then let's go ahead, we're going to grab our username here, which is admin. We'll put that in. Next, it's asking us for our password. We're going to go ahead and just grab this password right there. Feel free to pause the screen if that helps. Pause the video. And I'm just going to grab that, copy it, and then let's go put it right there, paste it in. And what I'd recommend, you could probably you could put a check mark in Remember Me. That way you don't have to keep typing this thing all the time. Or if you have any password tools, use that. I use 1Password, which is really great. It remembers all my passwords for me. There are a few other good ones, like RoboForm is really great too. So just anyway, go ahead and put that password in. Then let's just click on Login. All right, and right now what we're looking at is your WordPress dashboard. So this is where all the magic happens, where you can go in and make changes to your website. Now, so this is the dashboard right up here in front. They give you some stats. Honestly, most of the stuff really doesn't matter. I don't really ever care about this. But, some of this is nice. It's telling you right here how many new comments you have, new posts that you have. It's showing you, any new activity that's going on. So, you can take a peek at this. Sure, if you want, but yeah, none of this stuff right here really matters. Now, over here on the left, you're going to see a whole bunch of different options. Don't get intimidated by it because honestly, you only need to be concerned with like 2 or 3 of these, and the rest you don't even have to worry about, okay? First thing that we're going to do though, since we're in here, let's just go ahead and I want to point this out to you. Let's just go down to where it says Settings. So just move your mouse over Settings, and then let's go to General. All right, so right here, this is telling you what your site title is. So do you see how it says Travel by Kiki? So that's what's actually showing right here at the very top of the browser. Do you see what it says Travel by Kiki Expert Travel Advisor? Okay. So yeah, this is going to be at the top tab. If somebody saves it, favorites your website, or pulls it up on a, say they save it on their phone or something, that's going to show. Now, if you want to change that to something else, well, you can change your site title right here to whatever you'd like. Same with your tagline. I just put in Expert Travel Advisor, but you can go ahead and put in a few, changes to something else, put in a sentence, add a few words, whatever you want. And again, that just gets displayed right up here at the top. You see it, Travel by Kiki. It's got the hyphen, then Expert Travel Advisor. Okay, so now you know where that's at. It's at the top of your browser or tab. Now, this is a thing I really wanted to point out to you. Okay. So the email address. So I'd recommend putting in your own email address in here. That way, you have the highest level access. That way, if you ever forget your password or get locked out, then it'll send it to you. And also, if it needs to send you any important updates, notices about WordPress, they're going to send it to you. So make sure to put in your email address. Right now it's got mine in here. I tried setting it to yours, but in order to set it to yours, you've got to confirm your email address. So what's going to happen is, just go ahead. You can put your email in here, whatever you want to use, whether Kiki at travelbykiki.com, for example. And then what you can do is go ahead and then just go down to Save Changes, click that, and then what will happen is they're going to send you an email to confirm your email address. You might have to check your spam box or junk folder. It might end up in there. And just click the link inside the email that WordPress sent you. And then you'll get made the admin for your website. That way you have all the power and all the access. Okay? So I definitely recommend doing that, okay? And let's see here. Anything else I want to say about this stuff? No, I mean that's pretty good right there. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to comment on. Oh yeah, contact form. So if you go to your website and let's say someone goes to the contact us. And they go down here and you can see there's a form, right? Now let's say they put in their name, email address, telephone number, and they write you a message. And then let's say they click the send message button. So you might be wondering, where does that email go when somebody clicks on it? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's where it goes. It gets sent to whoever we have set up in the contact section, okay? So let's go over to contact, move your mouse over it, then go to contact forms. Then let's click on edit. I'm just moving my mouse underneath contact form 1, click on edit. And then you could go right over here to mail. And right here, so do you see what this to address is? Go ahead and put your email address in there, okay? So we could put something like Kiki at travelbykiki.com. All right, so I just wanted to point that out to you. Whoever's email address is in this section right here too, that's who the email gets sent to, okay? So when someone goes to the Contact Us page, they fill out this form right here, that email is going to get sent to whoever is listed underneath Contact, Contact Forms, Edit, Mail, then right here, you see it, Kiki at travelbykiki.com. So if you want to change this to another email address, you can. And then once you're happy with it, go down here to where it says Save. Give it a second. We'll make sure it's saved. Perfect. It says Contact Form saved, so we know it did its job. All right, so that takes care of those two things. So next, let's talk about the meat and gravy. So pretty much the two main things that you will be concerned with are pages and posts. So this is really where 95% of what you're going to be dealing with is going to be in pages or posts. Okay, so pages and posts are pretty much the same thing, but probably the easier way to think about it. So pages are all going to be the main pages for your website, right? So a page is your home page, your About Us page, your Services page, your Contact Us page, etc. So those are all pages. They're more static main pages for your website. Now, what are posts then? Well, posts are basically blog posts. So if you want to add a new blog post, this is where you would do that right here, okay? So right now, though, let's talk about pages, and we'll talk about posts next. So I'm just going to go over to where it says pages, click on it. And this is going to show you all the different pages that you have on the website. So we got About Us, affiliations, all these different ones, okay? Now let's say, for example, that we wanted to change something on the home page, okay? So what we can do, let's just move our mouse over home, then go to Edit. And let's try to come up with something real quick. We'll go to the home page. Okay, let's say we wanted to change some of this text right here, right? At Travel by Kiki, we do not simply book trips. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. So what we could do is we went to Pages, and then we went to Home, and you can just click on Home or click on Edit. They'll take you to the same place. Okay, we'll give it a moment to load. Now, here's the thing, just so you know, if you see a bunch of gibberish and code like this, try hitting this thing right here where it says backend editor. Okay, click that, and we'll give it a second. Perfect. So now it's a little bit more friendlier of a design. Normally this thing should come up just like this normally, but I think I was last editing code and stuff in there. Okay, so anyway, yeah, again, if you see a bunch of confusing code like this or anything like that, just go ahead, click on backend editor, and that should take you to this view. Okay. So the text that we want to edit where it says at Travel by Kiki, we do not simply book trips. Let's say we have a typo, we want to change some of the text, whatever. So look, let's just look for where it's at. And right here, we see at Travel by Kiki, we do not simply book trips. Aha. So if you move your mouse over it, you're going to see you have a few of these different options here. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the pencil. This helps us edit something. And there it is, at Travel by Kiki, we do not simply book trips. Let's say something like, one does not simply. And then let's go to Save Changes. Now, here's the thing. Just because I click Save Changes, that change hasn't actually happened yet. To save the change and make it go live, you have to go up here to where it says Update. Okay, so now let's click on Update. So just remember, click Save Changes, then once you're happy with it, go over to where it says Update. So, sometimes what I'll do is I'll go in, make 10 different changes at once, change this text, change this picture out, this thing, and then I'll click Update. So that's another way you could do it. But yeah, so let's go to the website. They got a link to it right here, the permalink. I'm just going to go to Open Link in New Tab. Or you can even go up here to where it says View Page, or just go to your page. And let's see, right there, at Travel by Kiki, one does not simply book trips. So you see it changed it for us. Pretty simple. So let's go back over here. Let's click on the pencil. And let's change that back. At Travel by Kiki. Right, and you'll notice this thing has a little editor that you can do some cool stuff in. Right, we can select some of this thing here. We can do, look, bold. We can change the color of this text. Right here, it's text color. We can make that red. We can also underline stuff. We can italicize it. There we go, we can italicize it. So there's all sorts of cool stuff you can do with these little options up here. You can also, select this whole thing. You can align it to the center like that, align it to the right. You could even turn something into a link if you want, right? We can select this, click on this link, and we could have it when people click on that, it goes to google.com, right? So yeah, I just wanted you to see, it's really easy. I mean, it's not much different than Word right here. And I don't want to save this because obviously I just screwed things up. So let's just go to Close. And now it shouldn't have made any of those changes. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and now let's change a picture. Okay, let's say we want to change this picture right here with something else. Well, that's pretty easy. Let's go over here to this picture. See, it's right there. Let's click on the pencil icon. And you'll see right here, do you see it's got this little plus for it? Go ahead and just click that. It says Add Image. Perfect. So the media library, this is showing all the different pictures that I've uploaded into it or that you've uploaded onto this website. So through WordPress. So as you can see, I got a ton already in here, and I've used these on the different web pages. And there might even be some that I was thinking about using and then didn't use. So you can always check through this to see if your image is already in here. So what we can do is let's just grab one. Let's just grab here. We will grab this one right there. Let's go to, then the next thing you can do is just go over here where it says Set Image. And then also, if you scroll down here, there's a few little options you can do, and you probably won't have to deal with any of this, but see where it says image alignment? So if you want to put the image over to the right or to the center it more, you can go to center, right. And if you're happy with that stuff, go ahead and just click on Save Changes. And then let's just go to Update. All right, and then let's go ahead and refresh this page to see if that changed. And look, it added that image for us, just like that. Perfect. Now, another thing we could do, let's go back to that page. Again, we'll wait till it to load. And then let's go ahead, let's just move our mouse over the picture again. Let's go to pencil. And then what we can do is let's go ahead and just click this plus add image. We're going to change this image to something else. Cool. Now the other thing, let's say you have a brand new image that you want to add. Well, it's pretty easy. Do you see where it says upload files? Go ahead and click on that. And then you can just drag and drop it right here on the screen or click select files. And you can just go to an image on your computer that you have. Let's grab one of these random ones here. Let's say this one right here, okay? So I'm just gonna double click on that. All right, looks good, and then you can just go ahead and click on set image. Perfect. And oh, by the way, just a pro tip, if you're adding, well, I won't even mention that right now, but yeah, image size, I usually just keep this on full so it's a big image, okay? Just realize that. But let's just go to Save Changes. And then let's go over here to Update. And we'll see. Perfect. So as you can see, that's how easy it is to switch out pictures and switch out text. Now, the one thing that I will mention, if you're gonna, add your own images towards something in the future or switch out text, try to make sure that it has kind of similar dimensions. So you notice how all these pictures have it's a wider picture than it is tall, right? See, so same with this one, it's a wider picture. If I came in and added a super tall picture, then it's going to change things and might look a little different than what you expect. So just a pro tip, just so you know. Let's go ahead. So let's change this thing back. Let's go to the pencil on it. And what we're going to do, let's just click on plus. And I should have that other one saved in the media library, so I'm just going to search for it. Iceberg, there it is. Then let's just go to set image. And then let's go to save changes. And then let's go to update. All right, so that's looking good. And let's just quickly, I'll mention some of the other things here. So what are some of these other things here? So if you move your mouse over something, let's just scroll down here. Okay, so yeah, let's say right here. So if you move your mouse over something, you're gonna notice you got a few other options here, all right? First thing here is this little move icon. So what you can do if you click on this, you could actually move something and put it wherever you want, right? So right over here, we got the text. Now I'm gonna move that and put that underneath the picture of, looks like in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I just put that text underneath it, right? So that's what this thing does, it moves it. See, so I'm going to move it over there. All we got to do is I press and hold down. Then let's go to update, and I just want you to see what that does. See, so look, now that text went over there. All right. So then let's go ahead and move it back because we don't actually want it over there. I'm just going to click on the text block, and I'm just going to drag and drop it right over there. Perfect. So that's what that does. It moves things around. I mean, you can move a whole section by clicking on it up here. You can move an object, whatever you want. Now you know this, the pencil means edit the settings for it, edit the text, edit the picture. And then this thing right here is clone. So clone comes in handy if you want to create, you know, another picture, another set, and you just want to copy, say, the same style. So I use the clone thing all the time, right? So let's say we want to add some text and we want it to be just like this text over here, or, you know, or something like that. Well, we can click on the clone. Now we got this. I can click and I'm going to drag and drop the cloned one, put it over here, and then now we can go to the pencil. And we know that it's already got the same exact style and font and color and all that. And then you can just go through and change the text out to whatever you want, right? Save changes, then go to update, and you'd be good to go. But we don't need that, so then let's actually just use this last icon here. The last icon's X, and that's to get rid of it. So I click that. Are you sure you want to delete that? Yes. Then let's make sure to go to update. All right, so that looks good. Now there's one, so let's just scroll down. I mean, so now you know you could basically go to any of this stuff and edit it, right? So that little fancy design, look, if you go to where it says, so let's look for where the little fancy design is at. Right here. So look, if you wanted to edit the text that says expert travel planning and change that to something else, okay, looks like that's the same fancy design right there, and it's right above these pictures. Then let's go to headings. We can click on the little pencil icon on it. And there it says expert travel planning, so you can change this text to whatever you want. Save changes, update. Okay, and just a pro tip here, just in case it never happens. If you're looking at stuff and you see this code and it's kind of confusing to you, it looks like this, and you're like, I don't know, I'm just trying to edit the text. Again, make sure that you're on visual mode, okay? If you're on text, it's going to show you the HTML code. This might be kind of confusing, but just click that visual tab, and then that's just going to show you the text, okay? So we're just going to go to close on that. So let's go to, oh yeah, same with the headings. So you can just click on that. Okay. Now, the one thing I will mention on these pages, so if you want to change some text or you know, images or anything like that on any of these pages, the home, about us, services pages, contact us page. Here's the thing, I basically created two websites for you. There's basically a mobile version of your website and a normal version of your website. So just make sure that you also edit the mobile version, okay? Now, right now we're looking at the home page. So let's say we switched out a picture or we switched out some text. I want you to see something. If you scroll down, so look, this is at the bottom right now, right? It's at the bottom right here. If you scroll down past it though, we keep scrolling, you're going to notice it kind of says, it has like the same kind of style, it has like some of the same pictures and text again, and it's kind of grayed out. Well, all of this stuff at the bottom is actually the mobile version of it, okay? So just make sure that if you make changes, you also edit this stuff down here too. So that way it has the same text on mobile and desktop, okay? So let's say, for example, I mean, just quick example, like this iceberg thing. Let's say you want to switch that to another picture. So go ahead, you switch that to another picture. But then what I'd also recommend you do is scroll down here to where it's kind of grayed out. And look, you'll see the exact same picture again. Then click the pencil on it. And then change that again. So then that way that same image is also changed on the mobile version of your website. Okay? So you'll notice all the same text, same pictures down here. Okay? So there you go. There's that. So I mean, that's pretty much, if you go back here to pages, so I mean, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything you need to know about pages. I mean, all these pages, or you know, we go to About Us, let's edit it. And if we go down here, I mean, again, you're going to see all the same thing. It's got your pictures over here on the left. We can change the picture this way. It's got the text over here on the right. And there you go. Now you can even see what the pictures are. See? So yeah, you just click that pencil, edit it. And same thing, watch, if we scroll down, we see some kind of grayed out ones. And again, that's the mobile ones, okay? So you'd also change that. But all right, and not that you'll ever probably need to do this, but if you want to add, say, a new text box somewhere or a new picture somewhere, like let's say underneath this picture we want to add, and just so you know where I'm at here, we'll go to About Us. Yeah, let's say right under this picture with you guys hiking, you want to add some text under there, or another picture right underneath it. Again, you probably might not ever need to do this, but let me show you real quick how you do that. You see right here it's got this little plus. You can click on that. Then it's got all these options here. But what you can do is you can do something like just type in image. And look, single image right there. So you can just click single image. And you can just put in another image right there. Let's just click on this little plus for the image. And you can just grab another image. We'll grab, I don't know, this one. Then let's go to set image. And this is what I was trying to tell you earlier. So by default, when you go to add a new image in, they'll automatically put it on thumbnail, which is super, super tiny. So I recommend just changing that and put it to full. Okay, full. And then image alignment, again, you can check it out, see how it looks, left, right, center. We'll go center on that. Let's go save changes. And then when you go to update, it'll have this image right underneath it. And then if you want to add some text underneath it, let's just click X to delete that. We don't actually want it. Let's say we want to add some text down here. Let's click the plus. And you'll see right here, text block. Click it. And you can just go ahead and type more text right here. Big text. We can select that. Bold. We can make that a heading. You see, there's all sorts of stuff you can do. But we're going to close this. We don't actually want it. Okay? So anyway, that's probably more than you needed to know, but that's everything on how to kind of edit stuff. You can move it around, make changes, etc. Now, while we're here, I'll mention, let's say you go to like, you make some changes, you accidentally break something, the website looks kind of messed up. No big deal, really not a big deal at all. Actually, do you see over here on the top right where it says revisions? Click on browse. So let's say you break the page, it's all screwed up. Well, if you go over here to revisions and go to browse, this thing is going to show you all the last saved versions of that web page, or that page, right? So if we go back here, and let's say I go back just a little bit, then I click on restore this revision, that'll bring back the page to that state. Or I can say, hey, take me to this page the way it was 2 weeks ago. Then if I click on restore this revision, it'll take me back to that state, okay? So again, even if you accidentally break the website, screw something up, no big deal. You can go to whatever page you're working on, go back here and say, hey, take me this page back to how it was a week ago, restore it, you're back in action, okay? So anyways, hopefully that helps and shows you everything you need to know on how to edit pages, switch out pictures, and text. So now let's talk about how to do blog posts. So let's say you want to create a brand new blog post. Well, that's pretty cool. And here's how you do it. Let's go over to where it says post, move your mouse over it, then you can go to add new. And you can give your blog post a name. So how about, we can say something like just visited, we'll say the Caribbean. And we could say, and then we just say like, oh my God, I just visited the Caribbean. It was amazing. Okay, perfect. And you can add a lot more text to it, right? And you can even add some images and stuff into it. Like let's go here to where it says add media. We can grab a beach picture down here. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do that one. Let's go to insert into post. So there you go, it added that image right here for us. Look, we can make this bigger. We can make this smaller. We can also select this image here. And then let's just go up here to where it says align. We can align the image to the left. And then now the text is to the right of it, right? So, real cool stuff. The other thing I'll mention on blog posts, so you can put your blog posts in categories. So you can create new categories just by clicking on add new category and create a new one. We could say something like just random, or something like travel tips. Could be a category where you write tons of blog posts on travel tips. Or and then let's say you wanted to create that, you just go to add new category. There it is, right? We could also put that in, category travel, whatever. And let's see, anything I should mention down here. Okay, so actually, I'll save this so you can see what it looks like right now. Let's go to publish. And you see what's got the permalink here, or a view post. You can click on one of those. It's going to show us what it looks like. Perfect. So right now it's got this great big picture, and it says just visited the Caribbean. I'll show you how you can change this picture to whatever you want. But look right here. Oh my God, I just visited the Caribbean. It was amazing. All right, and we added that picture just like that. And hey, if you want to make some of the text bigger, so you can select this right here, and then let's just go to heading 1. Perfect. That'll make that bigger. You can check out some of the other headings. I got heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. Just like that. Then let's update it. See? So now that just made it a little bit bigger. So now you might be wondering, okay, so how do I change this picture at the top of this blog post? Okay, so here's what you can do. Let's go into the blog post. And I want you to, so I want you to remember this thing, minimum height 500, okay? This thing we could change. But right here, do you see where it says background image? Okay, let's change it to something else. So let's say you have a brand new picture from the Caribbean and we want that picture to be up top right here, okay? Let's just go ahead and let's click the X to get rid of this picture. Then let's just go to select or upload image. And let's find, again, we can go to upload files, upload a brand new Caribbean photo if we got one. This is Greece, but that'll work for us. We'll do that one. Let's go to open. All right, and let's just go ahead and click on add image. There we go. Now it switched that image for us. And again, it's got all these settings. You don't have to worry about any of it at all. Let's just go ahead and just click on update right up at the top. And then let's go ahead and refresh this. Perfect. So now we got that image right there, just like that. Perfect. And look, if we make this thing smaller, it even looks good on mobile. Got it all set up for you. Okay. And what this thing is going to use for the title up on the top is whatever you put right here. Okay. So if you want this thing to say something different, you can just change it right here. Now let's say this thing is really big the way it is, right? And let's say you don't want the image to be that big. No big deal. So let me show you. Do you remember how I just showed you a minute ago how if we scroll down, you see where it says minimum height? So let's change this. Let's say we'll do it at something like 300 pixels. Then let's go to save. Actually, don't go to save. Go to update. And let's see. There we go. So now do you see how it's much smaller? So you could go into this and do it however you want. 300 pixels, right? So we could even try something like 200. And then let's go to update. Okay, there you go. So now it's even smaller. Okay, and then if you wanted to fade the image out a little bit, I thought I set it up by default, but I guess it doesn't look like it's doing right here. Oh, perfect. Do you see right here where it says overlay color? So I got this set on black. Look, if you set the overlay opacity, let's say we'll set it to 40 or 50. It'll basically darken the whole image. Okay, because right now if you notice how it's a little hard to read what this says? Because that's because the image in back is really bright. But if we change right here where it says overlay opacity, it's overlay color, it's black, overlay opacity, we'll say, usually I do like 40 to 50 is good, somewhere in there. Okay, and then let's go ahead and save it. So we'll go update. And now, if it worked, there you go. So you see how it faded the image out, and now it's much easier to read the text. So that's how you do that. All right, now, if you want to be able to give the title of your page something different, and let's say this thing is really long. Let's say it's like, hey, I just visited Okay, let's say that's the name of your blog post. Let's go to update. And then we'll put that in. Okay, well it's not bad, but you see how that's really big and too much text? right? So I mean, let's say if it's like that, well, I mean, one thing you can do is you can try just shortening the title here, but then you also have some other options I'll mention right here. Right here where it says title. So you see what it says page title or custom title? So look, you could give this thing a custom title, and you could just say the custom title is I just visited Taiwan. Okay. And then your font size for this, we could even drop that down a little bit. Let's say we put it to 60. Okay. So by default, it would use whatever text is in here, but let's say you want to do your own text to just show up in here. Do what I just showed you, and now it's going to just say I just visited Taiwan. See, and I also, because I changed the font, now it's a little smaller. So I just want to point that out to you again. You might not even have to know that, but there it is. All right. Now, another thing I'll mention here is if you go over here to where it says tags. So I recommend that you add like a handful of tags, anywhere from like 4 to 8 is fine, and just basically put in some keywords. So what is the blog post about? You know, we could say something like Taiwan, trip, luxury, travel. Again, usually you want to make the tag similar to whatever the post is on. You know, you could say something like Asia expedition, travel to Asia, for example. And this is going to be for the web spiders and to help you rank on Google. So usually a good idea to throw in some tags. I recommend anywhere from 4 to 8. Okay, and again, you want to do keywords that are related to your article. All right, so then if everything looks good, you can just go ahead and click update. And then I want to show you. Then if you go over to your blog now, it should automatically add that to it. Look, right up here on top, I just visited Taiwan. Perfect. Oh, and also, how did I get this really cool picture right there? Okay, let me show you how to do that. So what you do is you add a featured image. So that really cool beach image that we had, let's just go down here. Do you see where it says featured image? Go ahead and click on set featured image. And we'll just use the same one right here. Let's go to set featured image. Wait for it to show up right here. There it is. Then let's just go ahead, we'll go up to update. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and refresh this. And now it should, if I did it correctly, it should show the image on it. Perfect. Look at that. Looks great. So now you can see the image, the headline, all that good stuff right here. Perfect. All right, so yeah, let's go over to the post. I mean, now you know how to create a new blog post. Let's say you want to delete a blog post. This is a test one we're not going to want. So let's just go ahead and move your mouse over it and go to trash. And same with this one. This one is obviously trash, so we could go ahead and just move our mouse over it, go to trash. And these are just demo ones I'll leave in there for now, but whenever you add some new blog posts and you want to get rid of these, you can just go ahead, move your mouse over it, and then go to trash on all these ones. Okay? But you can go to edit. Yeah, but now you know how to do all this stuff. Right? And again, the way that I got the image over there on the right and over there on the left was I just went over here to where it says like add media, grabbed an image, then let's go over here, and then right down here you can also just determine how big you want it. Just leave it at that for now. Insert into post. There it is, right? If we want to make it bigger, we just click on it, and it's going to show us these boxes. All right. And if you move your mouse over it and you click on it, you can then go to align right, And then look, that's going to put the image on the right and you can have the text going, right? So pretty simple. All right, so I'm just about ready to wrap this up. I'll show you two other real quick things here. Let's say if you want to go over to, we'll go to where I've been. All right, and then we got all these different places down here, right? Now let's say if you want to edit, the pictures or text for some of these sections. Well, it's cool. Once you're logged into WordPress, you'll see there's a little button here for edit. You can just go ahead and click on edit. That's one way to get to it. But the other way to get to it, so you can edit any of this, edit the pictures, edit the text, edit the whatever. What you can do is you can just go over on the left and look for portfolio. Okay, all that's underneath portfolio. All the different places that you've been, the list and info about it. Go to portfolio. And look, you'll see all the different places right here. Germany, Cancun, London, Hawaii, etc. Right? So you can just go to one of these, edit. And look, very similar to the other thing, right? You can just move your mouse over it, click the pencil. And this is how you change the text. So this is where that video's at right here. You can just click the mouse on it, the little pencil, and then you just put in a different YouTube link for it right there. And then all the photos, let's go ahead and just click on the pencil icon here for the photos. Oh, if you wanted to change the actual images that I'll list, that's going to be underneath photo albums. Photo albums, photo albums. And they're all here. See? So then you could go to something like Germany. And if you scroll down, look, so these are all the images for Germany. You see it? So if you wanted to get rid of an image, you can just click the X on it. If you wanted to move an image around, you can just drag and drop it, put it wherever you want. So, and then whenever you're happy with it, go up to the top, click update. Okay? So yeah, I just want to mention, let's say, again, we went to a place like this France one here. And each section has got all these different images, and if you wanted to change any of those, it's going to be under photo albums, just like I showed you. All right. Now, last thing before we wrap this up, on the main page, let's go back to home. On the main page, you see this little slider here, lifelong memories, and it's got that picture of the rhino in the background, exclusive benefits, etc. Okay, how do you edit this thing? So this is actually built off a plugin using, it's called Slider Revolution. So if you go into your dashboard here, go down to the very bottom, Slider Revolution, go to Slider Revolution. There it is. Go ahead and just click on it. And you notice we got 3 different slides here. If you wanted to switch the picture out, this rhino one with something different, you can just go right here, main background image, click on media library. And you can switch that with something else, go insert. If you want to switch out some of the text, well look, you can just go right here, double click on the text, and you can just change the text right here. Make sure you don't edit out that code. See, this code's telling it to be white font, white color. But you can change that text right there. See, we do more than just book trips. You can double click on it and you can change that text right here, just like that, right? And then once you're happy, if you make some changes and you're happy with it, go up here to this little save slide icon and click on that, and that's how you make the changes. So I think that about wraps up this video. I mean, I may have shown you more than you needed to know, but hopefully you got some value out of it. I mean, really, the bottom line, the only two things you got to worry about is pages. If you want to change any of the text that's already on those pages, go to pages, edit page. Now you know how to switch any of the pictures and text out. The other thing is if you want to add new blog posts, all you got to do is go over to blog post, add new, and I showed you all the different settings and things. Real simple. Just go ahead and just paste the text in, paste the pictures in. You'll be good to go. So that about wraps up this video. We'll talk to you soon.